Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, October 6th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started with our analysis shortly. So just give me a few moments to finish setting this up, and then we can get started. All right, a couple more things here to update. It's good. All right, solid. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium, and then we'll get started shortly. Looks good. All right. So as people join their way in, I'm going to go ahead and mark up the K2 SR zones over here. Right there. There. All right. So we got these over here marked up. Let me go and just edit these a little bit because they do overlap quite a bit. Looks like this one over here overlaps with a lot of these over here. And this one as well. All right, I think we're good. So let's see who's here so far. Morning, Marco. Morning, Peter. Morning, Maria. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Slava. Morning, Fahad. Morning, everybody. So today is October 6th, Thursday. It is 6:24 right now. I'm going to check the news real quick to see if there's anything that I'm missing from this morning, Thursday, October 6th. Looks like there was challenger job cuts at 4:30, unemployment claims at 5:30. So neutral 4:30, negative 5:30. So 4:30 was over here. This is going to be US 4:30. US news, neutral. And then we have another one over here at 5:30. I think it was 5:30, right? Yeah. 4:30, 5:30 was negative. Of course, price did the opposite and pushed up. And we had a couple other news events coming up as well. We got news event at 7. Actually, this is Canadian news. Just 7:30. So we have one more news event at 7:30. 5:30 was the unemployment claims. It was negative, per usual. A lot of people getting laid off. I think 7 o'clock is the last news event. Or 7:30. And that should be it. All right, cool. Looks like we have most of this stuff here marked up already. Looks like we're good to go. Morning, Fudemy. Morning, Cern. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, everybody. Looks like people are still making their way in, so I'll continue to let people into the room. But today is Thursday, October 6th. It is 6:26 right now. Market's going to open in about 4 minutes. I think we're good at analyzing right here. The zone is gone. Update the zone up here. I'm going to go and mark up what I've been doing yesterday. You guys remember. Just marking up a couple of things here. So let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 55% long. Fundamentals are currently 93 points in the red. So 55% long. This is negative 93 points. 4-hour trend over here is currently bullish. One-hour trend over here also bullish. 30-minute trend is bearish. The 15-minute trend is bearish as well. The 10-minute trend lastly is also bearish. So it looks like price is attempting to swing to a bearish bias. It's currently at a bullish right now in the longer time frames, 4-hour and 1 hour, but it looks like it's attempting to make its way down. So we might be looking for price to be bearish for today. Sentiment right now is currently 55% long. Fundamentals are down almost 100 points. So I think if that's the case, it'll continue to, drop lower as we progress through the rest of the day. So keep an eye on it, but we'll see where this goes. I mean, it's still a bit iffy right now because obviously you can see how price is kind of bouncing around a bit. But for the breakout, I think if the breakout is bearish, let's look at this right here. Yeah, if the breakout is bearish, then it's probably going to keep dropping a bit. So we'll see. One thing that you want to keep in mind as well is that price may come back down to retest news price right here. So I'll be following the breakout. I don't know if I'll be taking it. If I do take it, I'll probably take it for a partial move, probably not for the entire move because it's in a risky area right here, but I'm looking for it to possibly push down. Yeah, retail sentiment's bearish, fundamentals are bearish. The only difference is the higher time frame trend is bullish, but everything else is kind of pointing downwards. So we'll see where this goes. Market is opening in about a few seconds now. All right, so the market is now open. This is going to be opening price. So for the breakout here, you're looking for a strong red candle. The problem with this here is that it's cutting through a lot of red flags right here, but this, I'll mark it up as a breakout. It's coming down to test the news price right here. Probably follow it a little bit. And if I do take the breakout, I'll probably be taking it for just partial moves, not the entire move, because, obviously there's a lot of red flags here. There's news price, opening price. Why did opening price move with it? Fix that. So there's no strong red candle there. Wick on the bottom is way too big. So there's no breakout off that candle right there. Looking over here, you can see price is super erratic. It's bouncing around basically a lot of these red flags. So sessions indicator. Also, you guys can see that there's a lot of sessions around this area too on the upside. So still no breakout right now. Price is still attempting to make its way around. Let's go on the 10-minute. Still bearish. Still bearish. Still bearish. Still bullish. Still bullish. Okay. All right. So if we get a buy here for the breakout, I'm probably not going to take it. Not even for a partial move. There's too many big red flags up here. There's sessions right here, really close by. It's also right at news price. So let's see where this goes. I'm probably going to wait for it to have a correction back down. All right, so let's see. So if we get a buy signal here and it is a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm not really looking to take anything in that direction because of the sessions right here. It's right at the session, so possible manipulation there. And if price does push up to here, it's another sessions. And this is one of the biggest red flags that you can trade with. So just want to make sure you're not trading around those areas. News price you can kind of get away with news price sometimes, but for sessions, it's usually a high manipulated area. You can see right here, it could fake out either way. It could fake out to the top, come back down, fake out to the bottom, shoot right back up. But yeah, this would technically be the breakout entry if you were following the requirements, just the basic requirements. If you were adding the confluences, then it would be a sell because a lot of things here don't line up. Trend overall is bearish. There's no continuation. There's no high low. So a lot of the confluences here don't line up, and you'd technically be doing the opposite, looking for a sell here. So this could have been a good speculative sell. So like if you guys have followed our breakout before, you could take a breakout in either way. If the confluences line up the opposite way, you'd actually take a sell here. So instead of taking a buy, you would have taken a sell here. It looks like it would have already hit TP, or it's almost to it. Target price point is going to already hit the target, yeah. So if you guys are not familiar with the breakout, before or like for a while, we were using the breakout here. And if the confluences didn't line up, we would actually do the opposite. I don't know if a lot of you guys were here around that time, but if you guys were, we had a confluence checklist here. Overall bias was a sell, current trend was a sell. There was no continuation. There's no candle reversal, high-low candle reversal. And there's no additional strategy confluence. So you would have taken the sell here instead of taking the buy. You would have done the opposite. And as you guys can see, it would have came down and hit full TP. So there goes the counter trend breakout. Basically the breakout, but you would have done the opposite. We were applying this for a while during the spring, and it worked pretty good until like the market started getting choppy. So we might start to implement that again. I'll try to use it as much as possible. We'll use this as well, the overall direction confluences. If these are pointing towards a sell, then we'll probably look for a sell. So I'm still looking for sells here, but I'm looking for areas where there's not all these red flags. If the sessions weren't here, I would have taken the trade, but the sessions were right at price. So not exactly a good area to be trading or taking those risky moves. So I'm just got to be a little patient here and wait for this to come back down. But I'm expecting it to come back down to opening price. Let me go over here and mark up the high lows so that you guys can see market structure. All right, so if you look here, price is realistically like in a big range. It's not really doing too much. Market opened right here at 630. And it basically shot up, and now it's just ranging now within this area. It's actually been ranging within this area for a while now. Since here. But it just established the range on this open push. So price is just ranging right here on the clean chart. As you guys can see, price is starting to make its way down, which is what we're looking for. I do anticipate it to correct back down, break below the opening price. And if it does that, that's perfect, because if that becomes the case, we can catch a push down here, retest for a wick rejection, and continuation lower. So that's what I'm looking for right here. So I'm looking for a K2SR entry. I'll also look at some variations if I see anything good here, but obviously there's no variations at the moment because we already have a sell signal. So there's no pending momentum. So the next best thing is going to be a K2SR rejection entry. Price is dropping right here as we anticipated. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, I don't think this has changed too much. Same thing. So for the most part, it looks like the big push here, or the pushes around, is mostly based off the institutions and market makers, because they're just pushing price around. There's no retail traders really getting caught in these trades here. It's just institutions and market makers controlling it right now. So everything there is still pretty bearish. So it's aligning. Here we go, as price drops lower. It's not there yet, but I do expect price to come back down. Obviously a bit lower. So I'll keep an eye out over here as well for the 10-minute. We already have the sell signal right here at pre-market. If we do get a buy signal, I'm probably expecting price to come back down. See if I can even find one of these. I'm gonna look for a snipe entry here as well, if possible. Mark up these zones around where the pivots are. So in case we do get a snipe entry, I might even take that. So we'll keep watching here. We'll bounce between the 10-minute and the 1-minute. So I'm looking for snipe entries here because they align with the K2SR rejection. You can see a couple snipe entries right here, and they all hit full TP. So all three right here, full TP. That's like 1,500 pips. I think that's about it. I don't see any other snipe entries over here. Oh, one or two or three right there. Those price bounces around. Yeah, exactly. Patrick said he loves that snipe. Yeah, and I agree too. I like it as well. You can see right here the trend is starting to shift. The 10-minute is now neutral. So if this becomes the case where this starts to turn neutral, then we might have a shift in trend, right? We don't have to look for sells. If price swings up, then that's perfectly fine. We just need to make sure that these over here start to align, because this might be aligning with the higher time frames. So I'm just going to keep looking at these other time frames as well. 30-minute looks like it's attempting to be bullish as well. Our bias might just be shifting right now. So the 30-minute's bullish, 15 minutes still bearish, 10 minutes neutral. And we'll just keep watching. I mean, if that's the case, then we can possibly look for buys here. The thing with this is that price is a bit overextended. So we'll see how price does push around from this point. It doesn't look like we're going to get a K2SR rejection here. We might possibly get one here if it does close bullish, but I'm not really holding my breath on that one. So we got about, all right, if this closes as a moderate green candle, this would technically be a K2SR rejection. Looks like I'll be taking it if it does close properly, but it did not. So it did not close properly right there. So no official entry right there. Let's see if we can catch the next one if it comes back down and retests. So I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I accidentally entered that trade, but it wasn't an official trade, so it's not an account. I just moved my TP down and closed out at 560 profit. It moved at the last couple of seconds. You know, typically when it gets down to like the 4th second, it was like at 4 seconds and it was like right here. And then at the last 2 seconds, it dropped down. So I actually entered a little early, like a few seconds before. And then I just pulled out right now. I moved my TP a little closer and I just pulled out. But there's no official trade right there because if you look at the close here, it closed at the last second. It's kind of annoying. I hate when that happens, but I had a feeling it was going to push up because the trend here is starting to shift. So that's why I was kind of inclined to take it and just waiting for it to actually close. And it did close and I ended up taking it, but not an official entry and not necessarily a good entry either. You know, I kind of FOMO'd into that one. Well, not really FOMO'd, but I didn't really wait for it to close. I thought it was going to close, but it didn't. Still would hit TP, but it's okay. We're going to skip that. I made profit on it, but I'm not going to count it as, you know, a trade, obviously, because it did not close with the criteria. Patrick said, LOL, I grabbed it too because it looked better on MT4 than TradingView. Yeah, no, and I agree too. It did a lot. So let's see here. All right. So let's see where we're at now. There's no other entries over here right now. So I'm looking for a couple types of entries. I'm looking for variations to the upside, looking for K2SR rejections. Yeah, looking for a couple things here. Another reason why I was kind of inclined to take this trade right here too was because we had a high-low scalp. So this is kind of what I saw here. I saw price breaking above structure and closing. So I figured, okay, this is probably gonna have to push up at least a little bit. So there's just a couple things here. Different confluences I was looking at when I was looking for that buy over here. We'll see if price bounces off this area, it creates another SR rejection. But it looks like the trend now is pretty bullish. 30-minute is also bullish. 15-minute is starting to shift, not there yet, almost. 10-minute is neutral. So this here just keeps changing. 10-minute goes from neutral to bullish to bearish to whatever it may be. Over to the 10-minute. 10-minute signal never closed. Still following it though. So yeah, it looks like our bias here has actually shifted a bit. It's now bullish. I'm gonna go and clean this up a little bit. Looks like it hit liquidity. So if you guys saw the liquidity here that I marked up, price broke above, hit liquidity, blasted right through it. Now it's coming back down. So it's just another range. New range over here has been produced. It's now ranging up here. Deshaun said, damn, a yawn this early. I know, right? What was I gonna do? I'll take a screenshot of my profits real quick. So my Henko trade account started working. I'm just trying to figure out the lot sizes. It looks like I'm trading penny lots, so I got to change that to the 0.10. In the hang of this. Yeah, I got a lot of accounts now. I have 2 FTMO, 3 MFF, 1 TFF, 1 personal, and my Hugo's way. Well, I'm not using my Hugo's way for this though. I'm just using it for XRP. That reminds me, I gotta check out XRP to see if there's any entries for me to take. The MFFs are all the same, 450. Let's get one screenshot. All right, so price is a bit choppy today. It's not moving directional at all. It's going back and forth. So we'll have to wait for some sort of direction to confirm. But here, let me just post up my profits for that real quick. So there's my main account. Okay, so here are my profits for that trade that I took, me and Patrick, and I think some of you guys as well, if you guys entered or FOMOed into the move. So here's my main account locked in 560 with the green strip. You can see that I moved my TP a little closer. My FTMO copier locked in 660. My TFF locked in 900. My MFF locked in 450 off this account, 450 off this account, and 450 off this account. Lastly, my Henko trade account, my personal here, locked in 40 cents. It should have been 40 bucks or 400, but it's all good. I'm using smaller lot sizes. I'm trying to figure out the lot sizes for that broker. It's my first time using them. So quick profit. So it looks like price is coming back down. This is completely fine, right? So trend can change both ways, guys. There's not just one direction for the entire day. Since we're trading on the shorter time frames, direction can easily shift between bullish and bearish. So with that said, we're going to reanalyze it, see what direction price is going. And then from there, we can and will look for entries. All right, so looking over here, let me see if there's any other profits. I think Patrick posted his profits. Patrick made a total of 869, pretty much 900 off that trade, just like I did off my TFF. So nice work right there, Patrick. Looks like you actually took it for the full TP. Should have just left it. I knew it was going to come up, but pulled early. David over here as well, currently at 53.10. Nice work, David. All right, solid work, guys. So if you guys have any more profits, post up, feel free. We haven't taken any official trades yet, so don't worry if you haven't taken anything. A lot of those trades were just from the accidental entry that we took earlier, which, you know, the candle kind of shifted at the last couple of seconds. So let's take a look at the bias again. So looking over here on the 10-minute, we have a neutral bias. 15 is bearish. 30-minute is bullish, or actually it's not anymore. 30-minute is now neutral again. All right, I mean, it keeps shifting. So we'll just change it to, we'll just leave it at neutral because it's going to keep shifting. 1 hour is bullish and the 4 hour is bullish as well. If you guys are wondering what I'm looking at the trend meter down here. So I'm looking to see if it's green, blue, or red. If it's green, it means it's bullish. Blue means it's neutral. Red means it's bearish. So that said, we got a mix up over here. Looks like price is trying to make its way back up. Sure, if price swings up, that's going to switch the trend over here up as well. So looks like we kind of have a bit of a bullish bias here. This right here would have been a V3 entry. Looks like it would have hit full TP already, but it was right at the session, so you can take that trade. Or I guess it's still kind of running at the moment. Not a V1. Typically like the V1s versus the V3s. V1s and V2s are a little more solid because they require a strong candle. The V3 is just any candle really, as long as it's opposite. But again, it was right at the session, so not one that you could take or one that you would necessarily want to take. All right, so we'll just wait and see where this goes. Price is really just ranging back and forth between the sessions. Check the news real quick, see if there's anything for us to really weigh in. You can see the fundamentals here are not strong at all. They're not even over 100 points. They're only down to like 40 points now. So we don't really have a fundamental bias. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, I don't think much has changed. It's at 56 right now. Moved up a percentage point. So we'll see. I mean, retail sentiment's not very strong. Fundamentals here are not very strong either. Pending zone up there. So if price pushes above the zone right here, I could already anticipate that the 30-minute trend is going to be bullish, right? So looking at this over here, it was neutral earlier. You go back to it, it's now bearish. I mean, bullish. It's green. So this is like the threshold for the 30-minute. I can already tell. Whenever price pushes above or around this area, it's going to be bullish. So if price pushes up here again and gives me a K2SR rejection entry, I will be taking it. So if price pushes above here, we need to get that wick rejection off the structure. Once we get that, we can take this for a K2SR rejection. Here goes, price skyrockets right up. If this is the case, then we're not going to have the entry. We need price to actually close close to here so that price can come back down, retest, and then shoot right back up. That's the main key. Let's see. This is a clean chart. You can see price was ranging around this area, pulled back below, pulled right back into this range here. Here we go. As price stays around this area here, we have about, Sean said double body. Yeah, there was a double body right here, but it was right at the session, Sean. So I saw that as well kind of later. And yeah, it would have hit your TP if you did take that type of trade, but I think it'd be a little bit risky because it was right at the sessions. All right, so we have the wick rejection off the structure right here. If this closes as a moderate green candle, this would technically be a K2SR rejection entry. Let me go real quick to the 15-minute. Still bearish. 30-minute neutral. It's not above that area, but it does not look like we're going to be getting that here. So we're just getting a huge range right now. Price just keeps faking out. Price shoots up above the structure, fakes out, comes back down, tests the SR. It tests these sessions right here, fakes out again, and it just keeps bouncing back and forth. All right, so here we go. As price comes back down, 30 minutes now back to neutral, 15 minutes still bearish, 10-minute looks like it may be shifting to bearish as well. So you guys can see that it just keeps changing, right? There's no clear direction here. If you look back at this overall directional bias or overall direction bias, there's no direction at all. The short-term trends over here keep changing. I'm pretty sure the 30 minutes going to be bearish again. If that's the case, then I expect price to continue dropping lower. Kind of easier to see right here. Price is rejecting directly off the sessions. So looking over here on the 30-minute, there's a sessions literally where price is at. It's having a really hard time getting past it. As it continues to move along from here. All right, here we are as price drops below. It's coming back to opening price, looks like. Target price point is going to be the news price. Next target price is going to be the opening price right here. So here we go as price drops lower. Let's check the 30-minute. This will probably start shifting at some point. I think if price pulls back below opening price, the 30-minute trend will turn to bearish. Fundamentals should be stacking up again. Yeah, they're back up to 89, 92 points. Sentiment over here is back to 55. Looks like whoever entered those buys there, they went up by 5. They went up by 1% earlier. It was at 56. They got stopped out. So whoever bought in at that point and then prices dumped right here, they just got stopped out. Because they dropped pretty much about 1,000 pips. So pretty big drop from that point. Price has reached its first target right here, which is the news price. The next target price is going to be the opening price right here. So here we go as price drops below. And this is perfectly fine if it does. We just need to wait for the trend meter over here to turn red. Trend meter turns red, we can start looking for possible entries there. So this right here would have been the daily, but it would have been an opposite entry because we had a buy signal here. The overall trend here was bearish. So technically, if you're doing the opposite, just like what we looked at earlier for the breakout, this would technically be the daily right here that's running. If you're doing with the confluences. So there goes price as it continues to drop lower. Another zone right here. It's actually a really big zone. Yeah, the zone over here overlaps with this one. So it's one really big one right there. This right here is gone. All right, so here we go as price starts to make its way down here. Yeah, units had also a lot of liquidity on the bottom. Yeah, definitely. There's a ton of liquidity sitting right here as well, right below this point. So there we go as price starts to drop a bit lower. This is fine if price continues to drop. This is going to provide us the ability to take a K2SR rejection if we end up getting one down here. The only problem is that news price is so close, so you want to be a bit careful taking these entries here, because if it has to touch the news price, it can possibly get manipulated, of course. This is a K2SR rejection right here, but you need to make sure that it's a moderate red candle. It's too low. Yeah, this candle just dumped. So if this closed a little higher, it would have been fine, but it's right at the news price down here, and the candle is too big. So if it closed up here, which is what I was looking for, this would have been a, yeah, and also Patrick mentioned that it's touching opening price. So just a lot of red flags here. There's a lot of areas here that you want to avoid. Opening price, news price up here, and news price down here. So we'll see if price starts to bounce around this area. If price starts to bounce around this area, stays within here, and provides us that wick rejection where we can take the sell, then it'll be perfect, because we can take that, no problem. I'm going to turn off the SRs right there to clean it up a bit. It's kind of messy. All right, so this is fine. I want price to consolidate here a little bit. Never mind. It's starting to spike like really heavy. Do you guys see that block move right there? Price was like way up here, and then all of a sudden it's way down here. I was hoping it'd close around here so that we can get wick rejection off the next candle, and then we can take it for a quick little push. Unfortunately, that didn't play out, and now price is dumping and it's starting to waterfall pretty heavy. Looking over here on the 10-minute, here's a daily entry that I marked up earlier. It's pushing down to its full TP as it continues to drop down lower. So it's almost there. It looks like it's going to hit TP. Obviously, we didn't take the trade, unfortunately, but it looks like it could have been a good one. So if you guys are a little bit confused about this, I know it's a little different the way it looks because typically you're looking for the first valid K2 momentum signal. If you're applying the daily on with the counter trend confluences, if you're basically looking at it, so like the reason here we would have taken the sell instead of the buy is because the confluence is over here. Looking at overall bias, it was obviously bearish. Retail sentiment was bearish. Fundamentals were bearish. 10-minute was bearish. And you can see that price was shifting, right? So looking at the overall bias, it's bearish here. So you're not going to take the buy, obviously. You look at the current trend, it's also bearish. So you're looking for a sell here, not a buy. High-low continuation, there was nothing there for the buy. Candle reversal, this here was not a red candle. And there's no additional strategy confluence. So looking at these confluences right here, if you were to measure this with a daily, you would just avoid the buy. Even though you do have the buy signal there, you know that you would avoid it because obvious reasons, price is going to do the opposite. So this right here would technically be the counter trend 10-minute daily. If you were to take it, I didn't take it. Obviously, I was not too comfortable with taking, a risky trade like that. We actually have a K2 SR rejection that might be coming up right here. If this comes up as a solid red candle or a moderate red candle, this would technically be a K2 SR rejection. You gotta wait for the last second though. So again, right here, if you enter too early, you have gone caught in a bad trade. So I did not enter that one this time. I waited till at least 5 seconds. At the 5-second, 4-second mark, price started to reverse up. So definitely skip that one there. This one here might be another opportunity. If it doesn't touch, and it just did, I was going to say if it doesn't touch the news price, but you can see it came up, touched the news price. Now it's up for manipulation at this point. So definitely no entries there. And just when we thought the market was going to get better, right? Technically, this is the first week of October, so we're still swinging into the fall season. But the market is looking a bit better. There's more volatility. There's more direction. Today, there's not very much direction, but it is actually moving. So the thing that I mentioned to you guys before is the key price point to look at is going to be opening price, right? So we have opening price right here. Price pushed up, faked out, and then it came below. So the overall bias now, oh fuck, we just missed it. My bad, guys. Actually, no, never mind. I wouldn't be able to take the entry. So this is the one that I was looking for, but it did touch the news price. So if price did not, and the daily just hit full TP. So if you guys took the daily full TP off that, I didn't take it. Obviously, it's not going to count. But I was looking at this candle here. The thing that I was missing was this news price right here. So if it didn't touch news price, this would have been an actual solid entry for a K2 SR rejection, but it did touch news price. So unfortunately, no entry there. Would have been really good too, straight to TP. So we just got to be a bit patient, guys. I know it's Thursday and a lot of you guys are getting a bit antsy as we're getting close to the end of the week, but this is really where the discipline comes into play. Because if you guys take any unnecessary risk here, you have the risk of basically blowing all your profits from this week. So just be patient, guys, with these entries here. Don't really force anything. Another possible entry right here, we have the wick rejection. If we get a moderate red candle, this could be a possible entry for a K2 SR rejection. Got about 30 seconds left. Yeah, exactly. Patrick said I didn't take it either, but I actually kind of like those big wicks that reject a zone and news price, kind of extra confidence that price doesn't have an area like that. Yeah, and I agree too, Patrick. So we got about 10 seconds left on this candle here. If it closes as a moderate red candle, make sure to wait for it to close. If it does close proper, then you can take this for an entry for a sell. But it does not look like it is closing here. I'm looking at MC4, definitely does not close. If you guys have two screens, that might be useful to you guys because the trading view here is a little bit, it's probably like a split second later, right? The way that it moves. If you look at your MT4, you can kind of see how the candles close. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm looking at the very last second to see if the MC4 candle is actually like a solid red candle and it's moderate. If it is, then I'm looking to take the entry. If it's not, then I'm just going to hold off and wait a little bit. This candle here is a little too big, unfortunately, so we can't take this trade here. If it closes around this area, you can possibly take it for a sell, but if it closes anything lower, you can't take this here because the wick, the candle is just going to be too big. So this is another 20 seconds left on this candle. Just looking at MC4 to see if it closes as a moderate red candle, and seeing if it aligns here with the trading view price. So I'm looking over here. We got about 5 seconds left on this candle here. And it looks like it's going to close moderate. If you guys want to take it, you guys can take it with me. So I got to watch this here because it's moving quite fast. I'll make sure it full TP. So if you guys stick it with me right there, full TP, played out perfect. Not too big of a candle, not too small. Straight to TP, no drawdown. So if you guys took that, great win right there. All right, that was solid. I locked in a total of 1,410. Nice, some good slippage right there in my favor. Usually slippage does not work well, but it worked for me right there. So great work, guys. If you guys took that, solid win. Lots of patience required there, but if you guys were patient with me, locked in that entry, no problem. Yeah, Maddie said accidentally put 10 instead of 100, but it still played out nice. Yeah, no, definitely, Maddie. Awesome, guys. I'm going to take a screenshot of my profits real quick. Not bad. So guys, it's all about patience, right? A lot of people want to make profits right away, or they're just like they're not patient enough to wait for these entries. If you guys can just wait, it doesn't take that long. We've been on this live session for like 30 minutes. If you guys waited 30 minutes, you guys could have locked in some pretty good profit. It's all about discipline and patience and consistency, really. Not falling into trades, kind of just waiting for them to come to you. That was pretty good. So just take a screenshot of my profits really quick. It's been a pretty good week so far. All right, so now I have to screenshot all my MFFs because they all gave me different profits. It's not just one. Just fine, I guess, just a hassle. It's a hassle, but I do like seeing the different profits across all my accounts. All right, so I got a lot of profits here to show you guys. Also, my personal account right here on my Henko. Increase the lot size, so it's a lot better now. I might have to increase it a little more though. It's still kind of low. All right. I'm still looking for entries here, guys. There's just nothing for us to take at the moment. Let me just post up my profits real quick, show you guys what I locked in. All right, so it looks like a lot of this stuff is starting to change. I'm pretty sure the 30-minute is now bearish. It is bearish. So I want to change that real quick. So the trend now is definitely bearish. Obviously, you guys can see it's the 1 hour is also not neutral. So the shift here is pretty big. But okay, let me show you guys my profits real quick. If you guys have more profits to post stuff, feel free to post them up yourself as well. But here is the trade that we took. K2SR rejection, wick rejection off structure, moderate red candle. Quick profit right there, no drawdown. Locked in a total profit on my main account. You can see the green strip here. I locked in 1,410. Total profit of 1,970. Here's my FTMO cop here. Locked in 1,360. Total profit of 2,020. Here's my TFF. Locked in 1,400. Total profit of 2,239. My MFF 1,540. Total profit of 1,990. Second MFF 1,560. Total profit of 2,010. And here's my third MFF 1,550 profit, total profit of 2,000 off that account. And also here's my personal Henko trade. You can see I'm taking smaller lot sizes. I'm trying to figure out the proper lot size for this account. It's about 1,500 in this account, so it's not a lot, but I got to play around with it to figure out what I'm going to grow that to. So I locked in about 12 bucks off that trade. Not bad. I'll probably increase it a little higher. Still be in the hundreds. But yeah, other than that, let's see if there's any other profits here from you guys. So some profits over here from Maria, great work, Maria. She locked in a total profit of 272. Soon enough, it'll be 2,000. Right now, it's 272. She said patience, calm, and discipline, her current mantra. Yeah, no, definitely, Maria, and that's great. Everyone should have, proper mindset when taking these trades. Jonathan over here as well, currently up 550 for the day, full TP off that trade. Nice work, Jonathan. And then Patrick over here as well, currently up 2,039 for the day. Solid work right there, Patrick. Full TPs on both trades. Scotty over here as well, currently up 1,315. All wins, no losses. Amazing work, Scotty. So if you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free to post them up. Don't be worried if you guys are making small profits, right? When you guys post profits like this brings up your morale and your confidence. So if you can post up profits and, you're not showing off, you're just basically showing that you did well and you followed your trading plan. Doesn't matter if it's like a few dollars, a few pennies, a couple hundreds. Profit's profit, guys. If you're profiting every day with me here, you're doing better than the majority of people, right? Because the majority of people are not profiting every day. A lot of times people are eating up a bunch of losses and then they catch that big win, at some point in the week, and then they basically end up at break even. If you guys can end up stacking up your profits, whether how small or how big, at the end of the week, it's going to add up to a bigger profit. So just keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, let me post these up real quick. Profits. So this is the main way to keep you guys accountable, right? The main way to keep you guys accountable is if you guys post profits and in other scenarios post losses, right? It doesn't matter if you guys are winning or losing. This is the main way to keep you guys accountable. Because I see a lot of you guys, I don't see a lot of you guys, but I hear from a lot of you guys that you guys are still losing trades outside of the live session. So you guys are making profit here, posting profits during the live, but then you're trading outside the live session and losing, right? Main way to get over that is to actually be transparent with your profits and losses. Like this week I took a loss on Monday. I barely post losses because I don't lose very often, but when I do lose, I still post my losses because it helps me stay grounded. A lot of people feel like they're invincible, but realistically, everyone has their bad days. So back to the charts over here, guys. There's nothing going on. There's no zones around this area. Let's run the zones real quick. Yeah, so there's no zones right now throughout the chart. I guess we could still look for some variations here as price pushes back up. But yeah, looking over here at the trends. So 4 hour is still bullish. 1 hour is neutral. 30-minute is bearish. 15-minute is bearish. 10-minute is also bearish right here. So it looks good. see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Check this real quick. All right, so let's see what we got over here. All right, cool. So Seth is rejoining the room right now. So there's no V1 right here, no double body, no double wick. Looking for possible variation or looking for price to push up again to this area, provide a wick rejection off the structure, and then come back down. So if you guys are looking for a go-to strategy, I think the main one that you guys should focus on would be the K2SR rejection, because this strategy works good in all market conditions. It works best in ranging and consolidating conditions, but it also works good during directional markets, right? So I think if you ever want to look for something like a go-to strategy that, I mean, the entries don't come up super often, but when they do come up, they do hit, would be the K2SR rejection strategy. So I think at some point in the future, guys, I'm going to create some sort of masterclass for a lot of beginners. And I'm just going to focus on the K2SR rejection strategy, because you guys can use this pretty much all year round with no issues, whether price be ranging or it's consolidating. So, you know, I'm gonna drill down on that at some point, probably revamp the entire course, create new videos. And the main focus will be on like certain things like the K2SR rejection. Hey Seth, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, Seth said, hey guys, so glad to be back. Been sick, in and out of the hospital, just not been feeling well at all. Man, good to see that you're here, Seth. So if you're here, you must be doing a lot better. So glad to see that you're back here. You know, health is key, guys. Especially with trading, because if your health isn't there, it's gonna be hard to focus, right? Because with trading, you need like full focus, especially for these scalps here. If you guys cannot stay focused for like an hour, you guys have ADD, or if you guys think you might have ADD, you should probably go get checked, because I mean, I kind of have a like a mild form of ADD as well, but I like trading so much that I actually focus. It's I feel like everybody has ADD at some point. You know, things have changed over time. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Seth said, thanks, Sean. Haven't been trading for about a week because I wasn't there. Yeah, no, that's good, Seth, because, you know, if you're trading when you're not focused, you can easily just blow your account. So glad that you're back. Glad that you're feeling better. Yeah, glad to see you get back into these profits. Natasha said, I'm not so good at it, but I'm willing to keep learning. Yeah, no, definitely, Natasha. You know, scalping is not for everybody, but you guys can easily, I mean, not easily, but you guys can get better at it. It just all comes with practice. I mean, it's with any type of trading that you guys do. If you guys want to swing trade, you know, you should focus on swing trading. If you want to scalp like I do here, the only thing that I really like about scalping, so the main reason why I scalp, guys, is because I don't get caught in a lot of manipulation, right? Sometimes you guys will be in these intraday trades. Like for example, right here, we're chilling on these, like we're literally on the charts for like an hour and a half. We're looking for like one or two possible good entries, and they typically do come. The problem with like swing trading and intraday trading is that sometimes you guys will be taking trades, and then all of a sudden, market goes complete opposite on you, right? Even if you're on the higher time frame, and it's like completely unexpected. Also, there's a lot of news going on throughout the day. So like with scalping, you can be in and out of the trade super quickly with no worries of, you know, getting caught in a bad trade. So just an FYI, if you guys are looking at it from a different perspective, because a lot of people don't like scalping because they're not good at it. But if you're good at it, obviously you like scalping. Nice, nice. Yeah, Seth said feeling amazing, already up 10K. Oh, definitely great. That's good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good too on my accounts. We took like 2 trades today so far, and they all hit. Well, I took one FOMO trade and then one official trade, and it's doing pretty solid. Yeah, Dijon said, imagine taking an intraday trade and Biden announces we're going to war. LOL. Yeah, no, if that was the case, then you know, you see so many accounts getting blown. That's why you see a lot of hedge funds where like I was watching a documentary yesterday about like the GameStop thing. If you guys haven't seen it, it's actually a pretty good documentary. It's on Netflix. It's the GameStop saga or whatever. Um, yeah, a lot of these, hedge funds, they're like billion-dollar hedge funds, and they just get destroyed uh, because they're so over leveraged on a position. Just like what Dejan said, because they're holding a long-term position, and then all of a sudden the Wall Street bets guys want to go and pump it up. It's going to destroy. Yeah, exactly. Patrick said if you ever want to see the power of retail sentiment, yeah, because if there's enough retail traders pushing the market that heavily, then yeah, they can make it happen. I don't think it'll happen again. So like, if you guys remember what happened during GameStop, I don't think that'll happen again because now these institutions and market makers and hedge funds, they actually see the power of retail. Like retail, if they work together, they can actually push the market. So I think in the future, it's not going to happen because a lot of these hedge funds are going to back each other up. I think it was like Melvin Capital. That was like the main one that got screwed over. They ended up having to go out of business. They were like working like hand in hand with like Citadel, which is like one of the main market makers. Yeah, exactly. Seth said Melvin Capital that owns Citadel, that owns Robinhood. Yeah. Well, yeah, from what I saw in the documentary, like Citadel had like a huge investment in Melvin Capital. Like they had a huge investment. So they're basically looking to halt the market when GameStop stopped allowing the buys. And then the huge sell-off that happened from there. I kind of regret not hopping into GameStop because I probably could have put in like a decent amount of money in there just to play around with. But honestly, I didn't know what was going on. And with me being a conservative trader, I don't like gambling like that. Could have made a ton of money off it though. There were people on the documentary that made like 50 times their investment, like 40 times, 50 times their investment. And there's one guy who put in like, I think he put in like 500K, and then he ended up having to sell his house. He's like that meme where the guy had to sell his house because he bought in at the high. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like people are mortgaging their homes like on Bitcoin and GameStop and all these crazy stocks, and a lot of people have lost their homes due to it. Yeah, they talked about AMC, Jonathan. They talked about it, but they didn't go deep into it. They're probably going to make another episode about AMC. Jean said, "LOL, that's worse than the dude that held Dogecoin." Yeah, it was a crazy time during COVID. It was a crazy time because a lot of people that didn't know how to trade were in the markets, and that's why we made a lot of money during COVID. If you guys traded with me during COVID, we made a ton of profit because there were a lot of retail traders that were joining the market and they didn't know what they were doing. So we were using that to our advantage, and we pretty much made profits off all the unfortunate traders who try to trade during COVID. And that's why it's key to have this knowledge. Like if you guys are good at trading already, when something crazy happens in the market where a lot of people hop in, you know how the market moves, so you guys can take easy profits. That's when I came up with the variation strategy. If you guys remember the variations and the high-low scalps, we like literally took every variation, every high-low scalp, and then hit profit every day. I think we were locking in tons of profit, like at least 3 or 5 trades a day. Dejan said the dude was up 3 million. And I think he's back to where he started because he held. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, there's a lot of pump and dump stuff that goes around. It kind of makes me curious to look at like what people are looking at on Wall Street Bets. But I feel like if I was on Wall Street Bets on that website, I would probably be taking some more of these risky trades, which is not necessarily my type of trading. Let me check XRP real quick because all right, US30 is pretty much dead right now. It's not really moving too much. Okay. So I'm looking at XRP right here. Basically, for me, I'm looking at enter XRP whenever it comes down to this zone here. That's where I entered earlier. I pretty much like doubled or tripled my my Hugo's Way account. Just taking trades when they come down here. I'm just like catching the balance because I do expect it to be bullish, but just don't have that yet. So I'm looking over here at the 1 minute of the US30, guys. There's no entries for us to take right now. I'm looking for variations. I'm looking for K2SR scalps, but there's nothing around this area. So we don't have price touching the zone up here yet. So no K2SR scalp. We also don't have any variations here. There's no double bodies or double wicks that are coming up. We also have news coming up in 3 minutes. Thanks, Peter, for the heads up. Yeah, Seth said Shiba Inu coin, LOL. Like, what value do these coins bring other than just a manipulation tool with people like Elon Musk? Yeah, that's literally what it is. What do people call them? They call them shit coins, right? Yeah, Dijon said, LOL, majority of people on Wall Street bets blow their accounts every 1 or 2 business days. Dijon said, I'm in it because I like to see people freak out seeing their accounts drop. Yeah, no, it's super unhealthy. There was like this one guy too that I saw. It was like he was in college and he got like the what's it called, like the FAFSA loan to pay for his college, and he ended up using it on like random bets on Wall Street bets, and he ended up losing it all. So now he's like super in debt and he can't even pay for college. I'm like, man, that's crazy. It's just crazy. Everyone tries to get in the game. All right, so there's a possible entry right here, guys. I'm gonna mark it up. I'm not taking it because this zone here just came up. How far is it? Oh, the candle is too big anyways. So you wouldn't be able to take this here because the stop loss is smaller than the candle. So we'll look for another entry here. Yeah, Eunice said zone came up after the sell signal. Yeah, I noticed that too, Eunice. That's why I wasn't going to take it. It looks like it would have played out. So unfortunately, we had to skip that one. There's also news coming up right here. Just a lot of red flags. The zone came up right when this candle closed. Also, there's a news price right here. And also the candle here was too big. Would have been a nice late entry, but it's all good. Yeah, this one right here too would have hit TP if the zone was there. The zone wasn't there yet though. So got a lot of zones right here. We already have our 1 win for the day, so I'm not really looking to force anything, but obviously if I see something good, I'll take it. Back to the 4 hour, still bullish. 1 hour, neutral. 30-minute, bearish. 15-minute, bearish. 10-minute, bearish. 1 minute, looking for a sell. So we're looking for sells here, guys. Let's take a look at sentiment real quick. Sentiment is back to 56. It's been 56. Fundamentals should be down pretty heavy. Fundamentals are down 260 points right now. That's a lot. So we definitely have a bearish bias with regard to all of that. Let me refresh this real quick. So all the indices are down right now. Dow's down 255 points, S&P's down 33 points, Nasdaq's down 100 points, Russell 2K is down 10 points. Everything's pretty red. Looking over here at the heat map is very red as well. News was negative. Thanks, Peter, for the heads up. Yes, natural gas storage, negative. So there goes another OPEC thing from yesterday. So news price right here. It was negative, and to no surprise, price went up, even though it was negative. Ready. And there we go, as it corrects back down. So we'll keep looking. Got all the zones marked up right there. It's kind of a crappy area to have the news price because it's right around this area. Well, if price does swing back up, that's fine, because if price swings back up, then we can look for possible wave rejection off this structure right here. So wait for it to push up, reject off the structure, continuation back down. Let's see. So Dejan over here took an L earlier, bounced right back, locked in at 113. So total profit of 60 for the day. Nice work, Dejan. Yeah, solid recovery right there. Patricia over here as well. She said done for the day, guys. She locked in a total profit of 6,328. Great work, Patricia. And great call on calling it a day. You know, this is one thing that a lot of you guys need to understand. If you guys are happy with your profits for the day, just call it a day, right? I see a lot of people who are happy with their profits, but they keep going. Like, say we get off the live at 8, people keep going to like 10, they end up blowing all their profits, and they message me like, hey, what can I do differently? I'm like, simple, you stop trading. I feel like that's an issue for a lot of people, right? It's just a lot of people don't know when to stop, which is unfortunate, but it's like a never-ending cycle for a lot of people. Like, I see a lot of people make a ton of profit during the live, and then they lose literally all of it trading 30 minutes after or an hour after. You guys got to learn how to be content with your profits. That's the main thing. Because yeah, sure, you can make like a couple thousands a day, but if you're happy with like a couple $100 a day, I mean, that's fine. Or if, you know, 1,000 your goal. Like for me, I think per account, 1,000 is basically my goal, because you can see right here. So these are the trades that I took for the day, and I have multiple accounts. Yeah, it's different for me because I have multiple accounts, but you guys can do the same thing. If you guys can find the consistency, then you guys can have multiple accounts. If you don't have the consistency, there's no point in getting multiple accounts, because you're just going to blow them every week, right? So just stick with one account until you can find that consistency. But for me, I just need to take one trade. If I take 1 or 2 trades a day, then I'm pretty good, you know. And I've been doing this for like months now, so that you guys can see that it's possible. It's not impossible, because the copier works. I mean, a lot of people complain about the copier, but I'm like clear example that it works. It does have issues sometimes, but most of the time it's fine. So with just 2 trades taken today, 1 half trade and then 1 full trade, total profit of 12,240. Like, there'll be some days where I have no trades, but you know, once one of these trades come in, locks in a ton of profit. All right, so price is dropping lower right here. As it drops lower, let me check the 4 hour. 4 hour is now neutral. Jonathan said, I'm going to head out, one and done. LOL, see you tomorrow. Definitely, Jonathan. So we'll see you tomorrow. And this is a key thing for you, Jonathan. You know, we always talk about this. You message me after the market and you're like, man, bro, I traded after and I blew it. So, you know, this is your sign that you just got to stop trading. You made pretty good profit for the day. Now it's time for you to just wrap it up, come back tomorrow, repeat the process. All right, so we have a very strong bearish bias now, even though on the higher time frames, the 4 hour is neutral, 1 hour is neutral, 30 minutes bearish, 15 minutes bearish, and then 10 minutes bearish. Fundamentals are down over 200 points. Retail sentiment is currently 56% long, indicating that 56% of retail traders are currently buying. So you want to do the opposite and sell. So we're looking for sells here. Yeah, definitely, Jonathan. Stick to the plan. I'll see you here tomorrow morning. All right, so looks like a couple people are gone already. It's fine. You know, if you guys are happy with your profits and you don't want to risk it, you know, just call it a day. It's 7:35 right now, so we still have about 25 minutes until 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions or want me to cover anything, you know, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. We don't really have anything coming up right here, so the market is a bit slow. Yeah, there really isn't much for us to look at here. I was looking for any of these possible SR, or not SR, but I'm looking for, or was looking for a snipe over here, but we don't really have any snipe entries right now. The bias here is pretty strong for a sell. So just looking for something, but don't necessarily see it right now. See nothing here on the 10. Back on the 1 minute, price is pretty much just ranging now around this news price. So let's show you guys right here. Pretty much price knocked out all the liquidity down here. You can see as price made its way down, tumbled its way down, hit liquidity, and now it's back into a range below here. Clean this up a little bit. All right, solid. So price is now currently ranging down here. See a couple fake outs around this area. Price pulled in, faked out, came back below, faked out, came back below. Now it's just going sideways. Right here. So yeah, not really too much going on here right now. I don't think there's any more news for today. There's news at 10 o'clock, but that's a lot later. Looking over here on my FX book, just want to make sure there's nothing that I'm missing. There's news at 8:30, looks like, but that's gonna be after the live, so not important to us here at all. Fundamentals down still 250 points. Heat map very red. Sentiment over here 56% long. Not much has changed. Price is now just ranging around this area down below. Still looking for sells, but there just isn't anything for us to take right now at the moment. I just realized we missed this V1 right here. There's a double body V1. Happened about 4 minutes ago. And that would have been a good entry too. I don't know if anyone saw that, but there was one right here. Sometimes these variations come up very rarely. I mean, very randomly. Double body right there. I'll just replay it from that point. Pending sell momentum. So this played out perfect right here. The only problem that we probably would have been worried about is that price is ranging. You typically don't want to take variations in prices ranging, which obviously it's been ranging right here. You got the double body right there, pending sell signal. Sell signal came on the next candle right here, went straight to full TP. So I think for the next mentoring session, guys, I'll give you guys a refresher on the variations. I know we haven't looked at them for a while, so I'll be going over the variations, the K2 high-low, variations and the SR rejection entries. Those are the main things that we're looking at. Possible entry right here, but we do need a sell signal in order for us to take it. All right, no sell signal there, so we can't take that trade. No wick rejection off the structure. So main things we're looking for here, guys, is wick rejection off structure, sell signal, and a moderate red candle. But here's the thing, if we get a sell signal, it's going to be moderate red candle, typically. That's usually how the candles close. Like you can see right here, every time you get a sell signal, it's a moderate candle, right? Every time you get a buy signal, it's a moderate candle. So what we're looking for here, and you can just dumb down the step because it's not really that complicated. As much as you, the more that you guys see these patterns come up, we're really just looking for a wick rejection off the structure and a sell signal. If you have those two, everything's pretty much going to line up because you're going to get a moderate red candle. There's no way you'll get a signal without a moderate candle. Because you'll never see a signal here with a weak candle, right? Like this green one, moderate, strong. It's usually strong to moderate. So we got the wick rejection right here. We need price to drop back below, provide us a moderate red candle with a sell signal, and then we can take this here for an entry. 7:41 right now. We still have about, let's see, about like 19 minutes until 8. So we still got some time here. Looks like a lot of these entries have played out already though. So like the daily is played out. A couple of things that you guys want to look out for. Like if you guys do plan on trading after 8, I'd probably look at the daily. if it hasn't played out yet. So it's played out over here already today. So I wouldn't recommend taking it. But say, for example, there's no momentum signals here, right? So there's no momentum signals for a sell. Price just keeps dropping. As soon as you get that sell signal, I would take the daily here. Because if you guys remember from yesterday, we had a bullish bias like pretty much the entire day, right? So we didn't take the trade here, but it ended up coming up right here, like past the live at 8:10, I believe. Yeah, I think you marked it up, Patrick. So it came up here at 8:10. We had a bullish bias the entire day. Price kept dropping, came up, dropping, got off the live. As soon as we got off the live, this thing came up right here and it went straight to its full TP. So if you ever do look at trading after 8 o'clock, the main thing I would focus on would be the daily if it hasn't came yet. If it came already, then don't worry about it. It's done. It's only once a day. But if you wait for that there, I think we posted it over here as well. Yeah, Eunice actually mentioned it. So Eunice was like, okay, 10-minute daily in profit if we took it. And I marked it right there. I said, yeah, it finally came up right here, right? And then I think in the other chat, yeah, that's where actually Kip posted it up. Yeah, so Kip posted up right here, full CP. So it played out perfect. That'd probably be the main thing that I would be looking for if I was to trade after 8 o'clock. I don't typically trade after 8, nor do I recommend it, but if I was going to, that'd be one that I'd be looking for. So back over here to the 1-minute chart, there's nothing for us to take here. We need price, so we have a wick rejection. We're pretty much going to get a wick rejection off every candle here. What we need realistically is a sell signal with a moderate red candle. So basically what we're looking for here is a sell signal. It's going to be the main thing we're looking for here. If we get the sell signal, that's going to unlock pretty much the entry that we're looking for. 30 minutes bearish, 1 hour is neutral. So we'll leave it at that. So what we're looking for here is a sell signal. If we can get that sell signal, then this will technically be an entry for a sell. Candle can't be too big though. So this is as low as it can go. So I'm following right here. We got about 19 seconds left on it. You gotta wait for the actual candle to close with that sell signal. If not, wait on to the next one. Does not look like it's going to close here. All right, so we have the sell signal here, but we don't have the wick rejection. We need price to push up a little higher to give us that wick rejection. Needs to retrace up a bit above the candle. Once it retraces up, it'll provide the wick. Oh, there we go. So we now have the wick rejection. We have a pending sell signal here. We need the sell signal to close. If it closes, possible entry here for another K2SR rejection. All right, we got 15 seconds left on this candle. All right, this is as low as it can go. Gotta wait for it to actually close. No entry there. So no sell signal there. We have another opportunity right here. We have the wick rejection. We just need a moderate red candle with the sell signal. If it closes with the sell signal, that'll pretty much just guarantee the moderate candle. You just got to make sure to actually close this. So again, right here, another waiting game. If you guys are not familiar with the strategy, just ask for me to put the requirements up there. I'll leave them up right here right now so that you guys can see. So here are the requirements. We're looking for a sell here because we have a sell bias. So looking for a sell, identify top wick rejection off K2SR zone with moderate red candle. We pretty much have that here as long as we get the momentum signal. Second, confirm trading the direction momentum. or trading the direction of the trend using the trend meter. Trend meter is red. Pivots are also bearish as well. So with this both being bearish, it's going to satisfy the second requirement. Third requirement, confirm you're trading the direction of momentum. So this is the step that we're currently at right now. We're waiting for a momentum signal. We have another pending wick right here, but still same thing, looking for a momentum signal for a sell. Still nothing there. All right, so as we get closer to 8, looks like volatility is dying down pretty heavily. Market's kind of just slowing down a bit. No sell signal here again. Actually, we might get it. Let's see. Cross below. So nothing there. Another attempt right here off this candle. I'll clean this up a little bit. It's just a messy chart, guys. There's nothing for us to really look at here. There's nothing at the moment. I'll clean this up right here. Yeah, there isn't much going on at all. The trend meter is now blue, so we can't even look for any sells here anymore. The trend meter is now blue. Price is swinging back up. Looks like it might come back up to test opening price right here. This is going to be the target area. Or actually, it's reached the first target here, which is news price, this pink line. The next target price point is going to be this blue line right here. Yeah, Patricia said, not sure we're going to get it. I think it's turning up. Yeah, exactly, Patricia. You can tell from the trend meter down here as well, it turned blue. So it looks like price is starting to shift its way back up. It's right here at opening price. This is going to be the crossroads for price to move. One or two things will happen here. Price will either bounce off it, come back down, or it'll break above and continue pushing up higher. But there's going to be a bunch of red flags here, even if it does push up. We got news price right here. We got the sessions right here. We got the other sessions right here. It's not an easy area for it to be in, right? A lot of mess. So we're probably not going to get anything from here right now. I mean, we'll see. I'll check again on the higher time frames, 240. It's bearish. I mean, it's bullish, sorry. 1 hour, also bullish. So it looks like everything is starting to shift back up, which is completely fine. This is why you guys got to be up to date with your markups here, because these markups are going to change pretty often, especially if we're here on the 1 minute. You should probably check it maybe every 10 minutes or so. Yeah, let's see. Patricia said V3 and wick rejection to the upside at 645. Oh yeah, no, I could 645. Oh, 745. Okay. Yeah, I was like, you actually were on point right here too, Patricia. You're doing it was the opposite. Actually, you were on point right here too, Patricia. You're doing it was the opposite. 645 was a V3, but it was coming down the opposite way. This is where the drop started happening. So you actually identified it in the opposite way as well. So there's 645 right here as a V3. There's a high with the green candle, red candle following it, pending sell signal. As soon as the sell signal came right here, it dropped all the way down. Huge reversal pattern right there. Another one right here at 745. Another one right here. So another V3 here as well. Or actually not a V3. This would be a continuation, right? Because you already had a buy signal here. So this would be considered what Maddie applies to continuation. So we had a double body right there. Price was pushing up, retracement, reversal pattern right here, double body, and then pushed up from that point here. So yeah. Now you spotted it both ways, Patricia. You spotted this one, and I know by accident you spotted this one as well. Yeah, exactly. A lot of confluences right there off this right here. This is what Patricia identified. She identified this as a push-up, retracement, wick rejection off structure, and the K2 pivots. Also, we had a V3 here, or not V3, it's a continuation. V1 right here, double body, and then it pushed up from that point. So yeah, if you took that trade there, you could have caught the reversal back to the upside. Nice push right there too. So price is still here at opening price. As I mentioned, a lot of manipulation happens around these red flag areas. And you can see right here, there's no direction set, right? Price just keeps rejecting off the opening price, the blue line. So no direction here set at all. Price kind of just bouncing around. We have bullish momentum right here. Trend meter is still blue. So there's no direction for us to take trades in. If you guys have any questions, if there's any confusion, if you want me to clarify anything, just go ahead and put your questions in the chat, guys. It's getting close to 8. So as it gets closer to 8, I mean, it's in this whole red flag area. So again, today's not one of those days that I will stay on longer to trade after 8. One of the main things that I might be looking for when trading after 8 is going to be the daily entry. So if the daily hasn't hit, maybe we'll hang around for a bit in the future to see if we can catch the daily. Because I missed a totally good move right there. We were looking for that buy pretty much all day yesterday on the daily. And I even anticipated it to come. I stepped away from the charts for like 10 minutes. I came back and it hit full TP already. So, you know, in the future, I'll probably do that if the daily hasn't hit or if we're not in an area full of red flags, because this is just not a good area to trade to begin with. It's 7:53 right now. Got about 7 minutes. We'll see in the next 7 minutes if price does push away. If not, then we'll just be wrapping it up for the day. Not bad. We locked in, we locked in one official trade today, this one, which was perfect. It lined up perfectly. No drawdown. And then also I took the accidental trade earlier. So, I mean, even if I wasn't to take this profit here, I still would have made a pretty good profit today because this trade actually gave me a lot more than anticipated due to the slippage. So accounts are looking good so far. It's just about staying consistent, guys. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so we're getting close to the end of the week. Yeah, for the most part. And this is the first week of the month. Oh, and tomorrow is NFP. So also keep that in mind, guys. A lot of craziness to happen tomorrow. Let me check the news real quick. Yeah, so tomorrow morning we have average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. FOMC. I'm not FOMC. NFP, non-farm payroll. So we got that tomorrow. It's pre-market. We'll see how that pushes price around. This is kind of what I see happening. I kind of see price pushing up. I see manipulation to the upside. And then when market opens at 6:30, it's going to drop. We have Fed member Williams speaking at 7 o'clock. And then we have final wholesale inventories at 7 o'clock as well. Let me check my FX book. Typically, they have more news here. Yeah, so they have a bunch right here. They have average hourly earnings, unemployment rate, non-farm payroll, average weekly hours, non-farm payroll private, wholesale inventories. So pretty much the same thing. It's just they've broken it down more into more news events, but it's the same thing at the same time. So other than that, guys, I think this might be about it. It's getting close to 8. Price is still stuck within this area of manipulation, this blue line. So if you guys want to see what manipulation is, just look back to whenever price touches these lines, right? Whenever you guys see these horizontal lines, because a lot of people don't believe in manipulation, not necessarily here in K2, but sometimes we have some random people who join in the group and they don't believe price is being manipulated. If you want to see manipulation of price, just look back to any of these horizontal lines. These horizontal lines usually indicate that price is going to push one way or the other. Like right here, price is pushing up. it goes sideways for a while, for like maybe 10 minutes or so, pushes up to the next area. News price right here, goes sideways for a while, pushes up again. And then these areas act as structure. So not necessarily that price is being like heavily manipulated, but at this point, like say, for example, if you're looking for a reversal back down, price can really go either way. Your trade ends up being a 50% chance of hitting if you trade at these areas. Like for example, where price is currently at right now, it's really hard to tell where price is going to go, right? Because price is just going sideways. So you know that price is going to break out one way or the other. The only problem is which direction is going to break out to, right? And if it does break out, is that the actual direction or is it going to be a fake out? Because this is typically what happens. If price is going sideways like this, price may break out to the upside, and then it might just come right back down, right? A lot of fake outs can happen. Same with the opposite direction. If price is going sideways, price can push down, then come back into the range, or it can just continue dropping, right? There's too many scenarios here that can play out when you trade at these horizontal lines. So for me personally, I just sit out the market whenever price gets near these areas. And this usually helps with your confidence and your consistency, because it's better to just avoid a loss than risk it, especially if your trade looks like a really good setup. All right, so price is starting to make its way up right here. Let me check the 4 hour again real quick. 4 hour is bullish, 1 hour is bullish, 30 minute is bearish, 15 minutes bearish, 10 minutes bearish. So I don't know, this might be coming back down. I don't know how long this will hold for. The only problem, well, not really a problem, but there's a bunch of red flags right here, right? So even if price does push up, price may bounce off any of these here, come back down, bounce off there, come back down, bounce off there, come right back down. So there we go. As price breaks up, it's broken out of this consolidation phase. Let's see if it fakes out and comes back down. Next target price point is going to be the sessions right here. So a couple things can happen here. Price either push up, hit the next area, or it'll just come right back down from here, pull back into that zone that it was moving in earlier. It's up right here. All right, guys, so it's 8 o'clock. If you guys have any more profits to post up, or if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them up in the group. If you guys need to email me, my new email is sean@kodikaitrades.com. Again, that's sean@kodikaitrades.com. The K2 Trades email does not work anymore. The website's also down if you guys have seen. If you guys are new here, or if you guys are just rejoining and been away for a while, K2 has rebranded to Kodi Kai Trades. It's just K2 spelled out. I got into a big lawsuit with a large hedge fund that was also named K2. So with all that said and done, we're now identified as Kodi Kai Trades. I mean, everyone who knows K2 from before knows who the real K2 is. So yeah, if you guys need to email me, it's sean@kodikaitrades.com. Website is kodikaitrades.com. If you guys go to the old K2 website, you're going to get this. Basically a broken website. It says K2 Trades has been rebranded to Kodi Kai Trades and moved to a new website, which can be accessed here. And you click on this here, which would take you to a new website. So just FYI, if you guys are new, I know some of you guys have like stepped away for a bit and recently came back to trading. It's the same thing. Everything's pretty much the same. It's just different, a different name spelled out. Here we go. As price comes back down. So as I was mentioning earlier, price will typically fake out and then pull back right into the range that it was earlier and go back into a sideways movement. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. It's 8:01 right now. I don't see any other entries for us to take. The trend meter is now green. However, we won't be able to take any wick rejections off this structure here. So say, for example, price comes down, bounces off here, we get a wick rejection, right? It's going to be impossible for us to take any entries from here, because the problem with this here is that price is right at the horizontal line. So it's going to be impossible for us to take any trades here. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Telegram, email me. Telegram is probably gonna be the easiest way to get in contact with me, guys. So if you guys need to get in contact with me, just message me on Telegram. Otherwise, I think this will be it. If you guys are new here and you guys want access to the indicators and the strategies, just go to the website, kodikaitrades.com. Click on unlock your free access to unlock your free access to the course. And if you guys want access to the indicators, they're also available there as well. So, all right, guys, other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow morning as we wrap up the trading week. Keep in mind that tomorrow is NFP, so it's going to be a very risky trading day. If the market's kind of too crazy, I'll probably just sit out the market. But if it's good, then obviously we'll try to sneak in a couple trades. So other than that, guys, I will see you guys then. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys tomorrow here, same place, same